Tammy Bruce with me here on a Friday morning. The appeals court has the opportunity to throw this out. I think they should. Will they?
Well, considering the comments, it looks like they're looking as skeptically at this as everyone else has. And, you know, one of the things is about the victim issue. The prosecutors argued that the victims were the people of New York.
Rubbish.
Now, it's a complete opposite. You look at Donald Trump and what he created, hundreds, if not thousands of jobs, his philanthropy, saving important areas, the skating rink, everything else, just the reputation of New York, the fun, everyone loved him. It was the nature of New York itself. But that shows you, and it shows the American people, and I think the justices, at the fact that this is political, that they're twisting things around, making absurd claims in order to prevail. That's not what the legal system is supposed to do. And this is exactly why the legitimacy of the legal system is at stake. Now, of course, Trump has the money to appeal this, and it would appeal it again to the Supreme Court, but most Americans don't, and we don't like the example that is being portrayed here. And thank goodness Trump is standing, you know, through this process so that he can show exactly how rotten it is.
Eric Adams, the mayor, he's going to be arraigned today. What do you make of the charges against him?
This is everyone, and we shouldn't have to do this. Everyone's looking funny at this just because, speaking of Trump, what we've seen the federal prosecutors do before, an issue of legitimacy. He should stay. He should fight this. We've just, you know, some people are saying the charges are weak, but let that move through the process. But we're always seeing, you know, the opponents of Adams, who are the Jumaane Williams supporters for some reason, want Adams to go. I think you're going to see, considering Mr. Williams' issues, perhaps those calls for Adams to resign, to retreat a little bit, because really, I mean,
do you want Williams?
This is, I think, when people vote in for a public community advocate, it's like maybe a fun job and it would be good for him. I don't think a lot of people realized he would be next in that seat. And this is, I think, most New Yorkers, there's always been dysfunctional. We just now are seeing it for what it is. I'm
going to change the subject on you, Tammy. Listen to what one CNN panel said about Trump and Harris's economic policies. Watch.
They're both making a similar message, which is investing in the country's in manufacturing and industrial policy. They're going about it very different ways, but they are both essentially saying that they want to bolster manufacturing and American jobs. Kamala Harris is saying we want to do this through tax credits. You know, Donald Trump is saying we want to do this via tariffs, but it's the same goal.
Right, so forgive me, because what Annie just said is in fact correct, but it does in fact sound as though Harris is the Republican in this scenario and Donald Trump is the liberal in terms of the nature of the policies.
Wait. Harris is the Republican and Trump's the liberal. Where did that come from?
Yeah, that came from her auditioning for a job in the White House. If she thinks Kamala Harris is going to win, it was dumb. But see, this might as well have been produced in the White House. This is what Americans, you know, you look at this and you're not getting clear information. You can make arguments about one element or another, or one idea being better than another idea. But one person has a history of actually doing great things for the economy. Another person has a history of destroying the economy. So you sit there to not bring up the issue of the history of both of these individuals in the White House, which is comparable, to say, oh, that person's a Republican. But what they're seeing are numbers that show the American people don't like what the Democrats have done, don't like the Biden-Harris administration. So now she's Donald Trump and she's the Republican. It will not work.
I don't think so. Tammy Bruce on a Friday morning. Always good. Thank you very much
indeed. Thank you, sir.
Got it.